Greetings, Manchester City fans. Welcome to another video full of updates about our beloved club. Before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to make sure you're always up to date with the latest news about Manchester City. Now get ready, as we have some fresh and exciting information for you. In recent days, Manchester City has shown interest in strengthening its squad with another major talent from the Bundesliga. The club is leading the race to secure the signing of a young prospect from the German league, taking advantage of a potential opportunity that may arise after the arrival of Omar Marmush. The January transfer window has brought new moves for City, especially after the first half of the season, which for many fell short of expectations. It was anticipated that the team would become active in this window, and it didn't take long for the reinforcements to arrive. Marmush's arrival, by the way, was met with enthusiasm by Pep Guardiola, who didn't hide his happiness when talking about the player. During his presentation, Guardiola said, "Welcome to the City family. I'm really happy. Young players coming in for many years and with different characteristics." The coach made sure to highlight the physicality of Abdur Kusanov, one of the other reinforcements, and also mentioned the potential of Reece, a talented young Brazilian. Guardiola, always cautious with his new players, hopes that Kusanov quickly learns English to better adapt to the club's style. Meanwhile, with the end of January approaching, City's focus begins to shift towards the summer transfer market, and exciting news for the fans is that the club seems to be in a favorable position to secure the signing of Joshua Kimmich, the talented midfielder from Bayern Munich. Kimmich, one of the big names in the Bundesliga, is nearing the end of his contract this season and may be available for a free transfer. His departure from Bayern could be one of the major moves of the upcoming summer, and if it happens, the chance of a reunion with Guardiola at the Etihad doesn't seem like just a possibility, but a great opportunity for both parties. Now 29, Kimmich is already considered one of the best players in his position in the world. His versatility and technical skills could be a precious addition to City's squad. He can play both in defensive midfield and at right back, which would be a perfect solution for the club's needs. For Guardiola, who worked with Kimmich at Bayern Munich, this potential signing has an emotional value, as he has always been a big admirer of the player. In 2016, Guardiola said about Kimmich, "I love this boy. He has everything and can achieve whatever he wants." These words, spoken at the time, now seem more than prophetic, as Kimmich has evolved into a global football star. With all his history and impact at Bayern, a potential move to City would be a very logical move for both the player and the club. Guardiola would certainly love to work with Kimmich again, and the player's experience, coupled with his talent, could add a lot to the team. And for you, City fan, do you think the club's playing style still fits perfectly with the German style? Or do you believe it's too late for this partnership to happen? Share your opinion in the comments below. While Manchester City seeks to strengthen its team, other Premier League teams are also moving in the market. One example of this is Chelsea, which is urgently looking for reinforcements in midfield. After injuries to Romeo Lavia and Enzo Fernandez, the Blues found themselves with a reduced squad and are now relying solely on Moises Caicedo and Kieran Dewsbury-Hall to fill the positions in the midfield. Although Chelsea has the young Andre Santos loaned to Strasbourg, the lack of quality options in midfield has been a growing concern. And Chelsea's need became even more evident after a series of poor results in the Premier League, with the team winning only one of their last 6 games. This disappointing run of results forced Chelsea's management to seek immediate reinforcements, and one name that emerged in the conversations was Douglas Luiz, the Juventus player. During negotiations regarding the loan of Ronaldo Vega to the Turin team, Chelsea allegedly approached Juventus to discuss the possibility of signing the Brazilian on loan. However, Juventus reportedly showed interest in a permanent transfer, which would create a bit of competition between the interested clubs. Douglas Luiz, who was signed by Juventus from Aston Villa for $42.4 million in June, has not shown the same level of performance that was expected in Italy. His performances have been criticized by the local media, and this has generated rumors about a possible return to the Premier League. And Manchester City, unsurprisingly, has also been monitoring the player's situation, with the idea of bringing him to the Etihad as a short-term solution to deal with the injuries to Rodri and Mateo Kovacic. Arsenal, which is also interested in strengthening their midfield, is keeping an eye on Douglas Luiz, particularly as a potential replacement for Jorginho, should the Italian leave. However, it seems that Arsenal is more likely to seek a deal during the summer transfer window, which puts Chelsea in a privileged position to secure the player before the Gunners. Now, one question remains. Should Manchester City try to secure Douglas Luiz to prevent him from joining Chelsea or Arsenal? Or do you believe there are better options in the market? Don't forget to share your opinion in the comments below. Shifting away from transfer rumors and market moves, the focus now is on one of the greatest talents at Manchester City right now, James McAtee. The young midfielder, who is an England international, has been impressing everyone with his performances, and manager Pep Guardiola couldn't be more pleased with his development. Recently, McAtee made his mark in the Premier League with his first goal in the competition, helping City to a resounding victory. He has proven to be a talented player with a strong personality and incredible ability to make crucial decisions in important games. His contribution to the victory over Leicester City was remarkable, and his hat-trick in City's crushing victory over Salford City in the FA Cup left everyone impressed. After the recent 6-0 triumph over Ipswich Town, Guardiola was generous in his praise for the young player, highlighting his exceptional qualities. City's manager described McAtee as a fantastic football player and compared his skills to Phil Foden, one of the club's biggest talents. According to Guardiola, McAtee has a great sense of goal and the ability to stay confident even when playing for only a few minutes, which is a big challenge for many young players. Guardiola also praised McAtee's personality, saying that he shows courage and confidence on the field. The manager revealed that he hopes to rely on the young player for many years, making a point of emphasizing the player's potential for the club's future. The comparison with Foden is a recognition of the high level of talent McAtee possesses, and Guardiola hopes he continues to develop and shine at the Etihad. Now, with the imminent arrival of Omar Marish, who promises to increase competition in the attacking department, the question that remains is, what does the future hold for McAtee at Manchester City? Will the young player get enough playing time to continue his development, or should the club consider the possibility of a loan to ensure that he gets the chance to play more regularly? Meanwhile, Kevin De Bruyne's future is also up for discussion, with the Belgian midfielder approaching the end of his contract with City. De Bruyne, one of the greatest icons in the club's recent history, is nearing 33 years old and faces an uncertain future, as his contract is soon to expire. Many are speculating about his situation, with clubs around the world keeping a close eye on what will happen. After City's 6-0 victory over Ipswich Town, De Bruyne was asked about his contract renewal. He stated that he had not yet spoken to the club about it, but that he is feeling good after recovering from his injury. "I feel better," said De Bruyne, explaining that the injury was tough, but he is regaining his form and confidence. De Bruyne is already a legend at City, having surpassed 400 appearances for the club. In a special ceremony, Guardiola congratulated De Bruyne on this achievement and spoke about his importance to the club. "Kevin, congratulations. 10 years here, this incredible milestone. We are proud of you," said Guardiola. Moreover, with ongoing activity in the transfer market, Manchester City is also preparing to make adjustments to its squad for the next season. The January window has been an important opportunity for the club to strengthen, especially with the arrival of new talents like Omar Marish and the potential addition of Joshua Kimmich, who has been widely speculated in the media as the next major name to don the sky blue jersey. Signing the Bayern Munich player would be a strategic move, as the club seeks not only to fill gaps in midfield, but also to ensure that its high-quality squad remains competitive in the coming seasons. On the other hand, the situation surrounding Kevin De Bruyne, whose contract renewal continues to be a central topic of discussion regarding the club's future, also carries significant weight. The 33-year-old Belgian has been a key figure in Manchester City's success, but the uncertainty surrounding his stay raises questions about how the team might adapt without him should he choose to pursue a new chapter. While the captain has shown signs of physical recovery and expressed his desire to continue contributing to the team, negotiations for his renewal remain delicate. His bond with the club goes far beyond statistics and performances, as he is a City icon, and his departure would represent a significant shift in the footballing philosophy that Pep Guardiola has built. Amid this potential squad reshuffle, much of the expectation falls on the young players who have been shining this season. James McAtee, a promising talent from the academy, appears to be one of the standout names of Manchester City's new generation. With impressive performances, such as his Premier League goal against Ipswich Town, he has been earning Guardiola's trust, who does not hesitate to compare him to Phil Foden. For Guardiola, McAtee has the potential to become a City star in the coming years, and his continued presence at the club, along with increased playing time, could be crucial for the team's long-term success. Looking ahead to the future, the arrival of Omar Marmush joining other reinforcements also has the potential to directly impact the team's offensive performance. The pressure on Erling Haaland, who has been the top scorer this season, could be eased with the addition of another attacking option. Marmush, whose skill and physicality were highlighted by Guardiola, joins to add versatility to the attacking line, something that could be vital for the challenges Manchester City will face throughout the season. However, while the club remains focused on developing its young talents and acquiring new reinforcements, it must also keep an eye on rival clubs competing for players of similar quality. Chelsea, for instance, finds itself in a precarious situation in midfield, opening the door for competition in the market, particularly with interest in Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa. While Juventus has shown interest in the player, Manchester City also appears to be a viable option, given its need to strengthen the midfield and Pep Guardiola's familiarity with Luiz's style of play. As the season progresses, Manchester City fans eagerly await further moves and strategic decisions that will shape the club's future. The January transfer window may have only been the beginning of a broader restructuring process, where quality reinforcements and squad management will be essential for the team's ambitions in the Premier League and European competitions. Meanwhile, Guardiola continues to instill confidence in young players, betting on the potential of names like McAtee to drive the club's future forward. Therefore, Manchester City's continuity will be defined not just by the arrivals, but also by how the squad adjusts to the new additions and how Pep Guardiola steers this adaptation process. The club's history, already rich with successes, continues to be written with every decision in the transfer market, every game, and every challenge faced. For City fans, every move made is a promise of more triumphs and joy on the horizon. Now it's time to wait and see how these movements translate on the pitch and how Manchester City positions itself as one of the dominant forces in world football in the coming seasons. The future is full of possibilities, and under Guardiola's leadership, Manchester City has all the ingredients to continue shining. As the season progresses, it is undeniable that Manchester City remains one of the most closely watched teams on the global football stage, especially due to the moves the club makes both on and off the pitch. The desire to stay competitive and solid, both domestically and internationally, is evident in the strategies Pep Guardiola has been employing. His focus on shaping the team for the future, with the arrival of promising young players and targeted reinforcements, reflects the club's commitment to remaining at the top of the Premier League and competing for titles in European competitions. The case of James McAtee is a clear example of this. By investing in academy talents, Guardiola reinforces his long-term philosophy, providing game time and vital experiences for young players who have the potential to lead the team in the coming seasons. McAtee, with his brilliant performances and the trust of his manager, has proven to be a player capable of standing out even in a star-studded squad. His rise within the team has been closely followed, and the future looks bright both for him and for City. Additionally, the focus on reinforcements like Omar Marmush and the speculated Joshua Kimmich are not merely short-term strategic moves. Both signings, if confirmed, have the potential to further strengthen the starting X, ensuring a balanced squad ready to face any challenges that lie ahead. Marmush, with his offensive skill set and physical presence, could be exactly what City needs to add depth to their attack, particularly in the event of fixture congestion or injuries. Meanwhile, Kimmich, with his versatility in midfield and experience in major competitions, would be a key component of Guardiola's system, seamlessly filling gaps left by Rodri or Kovacic if required. Another critical aspect lies in the club's transition to the future, with the imminent renewal of Kevin De Bruyne's contract. His contribution over the years has been immeasurable, but the issue of his contract needs to be resolved as soon as possible to ensure Manchester City does not risk losing one of its greatest icons. De Bruyne is the heartbeat of the midfield, and his departure would necessitate a profound adjustment to the team's dynamics. In the meantime, the team continues to place their trust in their captain, waiting for behind-the-scenes developments that could determine the course of his future at the club. Ultimately, Manchester City, as always, is a club in constant evolution, focused on the present but with an eye firmly on the future. The moves we see now are merely the reflection of a meticulous plan designed to keep the team among the best in the world, while never losing sight of the need to adapt to changes in football and the demands of a season full of challenges. Of course, the January transfer window and the rumors of new signings are only the beginning. With Pep Guardiola at the helm and the solid foundation the club has built over the years, Manchester City is well positioned to continue its successful trajectory, always striving for excellence on and off the pitch. If you enjoyed this content and want to stay up to date with the latest Manchester City news, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. Your opinion is very important to us, so be sure to share your thoughts in the comments below.